Hey everyone, so I'm going to do my video over the against the death penalty that we are talking about currently in class. I watched the video, and what I kind of took from it was when Raymond was stating like an eye for an eye. I kind of think the opposite of what was talked about in the video by our professor. I think that what it means is that if you do something wrong to me, you punish me, you hurt me, you do something like that to me personally, then I have the exact same right to do it back to you. Whatever you did to me, I should be able to do it to you and it be morally justified. Um, Raymond was talking about that for his like eye for an eye statement. And he states that just because like we don't torture people that torture other people, and the same thing should be applied for rapists, that doesn't mean that it's unjustified to punish them lightly. And he states that we don't want to punish them as far as like taking their life early and doing the death penalty just because like we are better than them. I kind of took that he's just kind of against the death penalty altogether, no matter what the crime is. And so his reasoning behind it is like we don't need to cut a human's life short because we are better than them. And I can't really 100% get on board with that. I can't really agree with that statement, but that's what I took from it. Based off one of the second point that was talked about, when Raymond was based off of like the possible punishment that people could face for murdering someone to deter them from doing it. Whenever he was like on the sticky note that was like capital punishment, like death penalty, 20 years without life, with life and parole and all that stuff. I took that Raymond was kind of saying that, if the higher the punishment, the more it would deter someone from committing the crime. And no matter if they got caught or not, and if they were caught, like the punishment, in their minds before they did it, the punishment would outweigh, them actually committing the crime, because they don't want to be in life for they don't want to be in prison for life. They don't want the death penalty. They don't want, life in prison without parole and things like that. So there are some people that'll think that way and they're not going to commit the crime. But then there's some people like that red bar that was on the sticky note in the video that are just maxed out. Sky's the limit. They don't care what the punishment is. They'll do the crime, and if they get caught, they get caught. If they don't, then they don't. They kind of just get away with it for the time being. Number 3, where he was talking about abolishing capital punishment, and how it would elevate and decrease murders overall. He talked about taking away the punishment as a whole would elevate our culture, and it would decrease murder overall, essentially stating that we won't kill another human no matter the crime. Again, that's not something that I'm really on board with, but that's what I took from it, is that, he is saying that if we take away, the death penalty, that it would alleviate a lot of the crime throughout the world and would keep people from committing the crime, and it'd make us better overall. And then number 4, where he was talking about the sentencing unfair, and we should abolish taking someone's life based off of a crime that they committed and just maximizing their prison sentence. And again, just from my standpoint, I can't really get on board with that, because if you kill someone or rape someone or hurt a child or hurt a woman or hurt anybody, then I don't think that you should be able to just live the rest of your life out in prison, because you get 3 hot meals a day. Even if it's garbage, you get fed every day. You don't have to pay any bills. You're not responsible. You get to watch TV. You get to work out. You get to do all these things in a prison. And I mean, you're just living. You're living your life. I mean, I think depending on the crime, the death penalty should still be in effect. But I don't know. I am 50-50 whenever it comes to the death penalty, because there are some cases in the world that are honestly not true, and people still get the death penalty and they didn't even commit the crime. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's the truth. And there are some people that actually do the crime, that hurt children, hurt women. There's rapists that are just walking the world. And they get away with it, or, they get to just live the rest of their life in prison while someone's life is ruined forever based off like the choices they made. So that right there is kind of like my take on it and how I perceive this. This is a topic that I really enjoyed reading and learning about. So I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I know some people will disagree, and I can't wait to see the comments in my video so we can talk about it. Thanks, everyone.